What would I tell someone that is starting chemotherapy? So my tip here today is preparing ahead of time a little stash of food that tastes good to put next to your bed the night before, ideally, or the morning before you head off to chemo. Now granted, everybody's chemo is a little different and everyone has a little bit different side effects. So for me, with the breast cancer that I had, the doctor chose to do what was called a dose-dense treatment of chemotherapy. And so for me, it did make a big difference in how food tastes. It tasted as though I was eating a ground up penny. And it was very frustrating because there wasn't a lot of food that I enjoyed eating when I could eat. And so if this is your first chemo, obviously you're not going to really know what's going to taste good and what's not. But as time goes by, you'll have to narrow that down. And it's very important that you do find something that tastes good. So tip number one is when you're doing chemotherapy, try to stay away from the foods that you really love because it will taint your memory of those foods and you might not ever want to go back to them. And so if you really love it and you're on chemo and that first week after chemo, I'd stay away from eating it so that it doesn't ruin the experience for you, because after chemo, I'll tell you, I loved food. Oh my gosh. I didn't really enjoy food during chemo. Tip number two is as you're going through chemo, figure out the snacks that do taste good the night before, package them all up, put them next to your bed, maybe in the morning, get them out of the fridge, put them next to your bed so that when you get back, they're there. For me, these are kind of crazy, I know, but for me, peaches. Oh my goodness, peaches tasted so wonderful right after chemo. It was refreshing, I could taste it, the syrup and everything was wonderful. And they're good for you, right? So I bought lots of peach cups. The other thing that tasted really amazing for me was watermelon. So I would cut up watermelon and have it in prepackaged containers to have next to the bed. And in the beginning, they were just sitting on the side table, but eventually with as much chemo as we were doing, we wound up getting a little fridge. So it was nice to have a little fridge next to the bed to keep everything cold. And now here's the weird one. For me, I have no idea why, but Lucky Charms. Yep, I said it, Lucky Charms. I know, Lucky Charms. It's kind of crazy. No milk. Just dry. I had them all stacked up in little containers, plastic containers, but it was good. As weird as it is, it was good. And my late husband, when he was going through chemotherapy for like the 6th time, he chose to eat carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. I couldn't do that, but that was his thing and he really liked it. So he would stock up on the little cakes that were all pre-wrapped with saran wrap and stick them in the refrigerator. And that was his snack of choice when he could eat. So, and mac and cheese, of course, was one of his favorites that he liked to eat. But anyway, everyone's different. But anyhow, figuring out what you can eat, that's going to be a big issue during chemo. And staying away from the things that you love, love, love before chemo so that it doesn't ruin your eating experience later after you're done with chemo. But prepare ahead of time, and as you go along, you're going to figure out what does taste good and what doesn't taste good. And I hadn't personally tried it. Water was really hard for me to drink. I have heard if you slice up a cucumber and put a slice of cucumber in your water, that it can make it more tolerable to be able to drink. I don't know for sure. Try it, let me know. Down below, please leave me a comment if you have tried that. I would like to get more feedback on that. If there's other tips that you know about or that you would recommend, leave a comment down below, please, please, please. I love to help. I love to learn more, and everybody's different. So I only know what I know, and if you guys can help too, it can only help more people. So please like the video, please share it, and subscribe. And if this helped you, or if it's going to help one of your friends, please let me know. I love it. It warms my heart, and I wish that no one had to go through chemotherapy, and hopefully one day we don't. So until next time, blessings and angel kisses.